everybody. I'm going to do a processing of the California Nebula. I've already stacked it. I've already run it through the weighted batch pre-processing. I've already done all that. We've got a drizzle integration, and so I'm going to go through making it look pretty. Here it is, and it doesn't look too bad. This is about 150 images, 5-minute images. So I don't know what that would be as far as time wise. I guess I could figure it out here real quick. Wouldn't take but a second. 5 minutes times 150 equals 750 divided by 60 equals 12 and a half hours. Got 12 and a half hours worth of image here, of exposure. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do DBE, and I'm going to up this tolerance to the max, which is 10. And I'm going to leave the shadows at 6. The default is 3. I've got mine set to 6, and that seems to work pretty good. Now I just did a processing of the same nebula, and I did it a little bit different than I normally do. I followed Adam Block's process, or I followed his lead, and he did it quite a bit different than what I normally do. So this default sample radius I'm going to set to 200, and then I'm going to generate. Now that pretty well covers the whole thing. I'm going to take out all the ones that are in, got nebulosity in them. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one out. Yeah, that one too. And this actually worked out pretty good. I'm not going to do the same processing as I did with the other one. I'm just going to do a straight up. He did an SH. No, was it SHO? SHO, I believe, is what it was. He did. It was either SHO or HOO. And it actually turned out pretty good. I liked it. But in the meantime, I acquired more data, and I decided that I'm going to process this one just straight up. So, and I'll go ahead and take out these two. All right. Then I'm going to do, I'm going to set this to subtraction, normalize. He always replaces the target image. I'm not going to do that. I never replace the target image because I can always just close this image, and if something happens that it's not exactly the way I want it, I don't have to go back and do it again. I'm noticing there's some nebulosity in that right there. I'm going to take it out. So I'm not going to I'm not going to replace the target image. Now, I had it at subtraction, and I copied it over to the desktop. I'm going to change this one to division, and I'm going to go ahead and run it. And you'll see why I copied that over to the desktop here in a second. Now, if we look at the background, I'm going to pull this down there. We can see what it removed. That's cool. That's kind of a cool image right there. All right, so now we've got this as our image. It doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and close that one out. I'm going to open this back up. And if you notice, whenever I open that up, it put all my points in, my sample points, right where they were. Everything is set exactly the same. And I changed that to subtraction. I set it to subtraction to begin with. And then whenever I copied it off, it kept that subtraction. And then whenever I ran it, I changed it to division. So now I'm going to run this in subtraction. I'm going to do the same thing. And it doesn't take very long. Okay. So now here's the background. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. There's the background. That's what it removed. It was pretty good to begin with. I'm not sure what that is. That might be interesting. Well, it looks fine. And you can see, get this right here. You can see the difference between them. There's not much difference. There's a little bit of a difference. After the second one, you can see a little bit of a change down in here. It got more. I don't know. It's not as washed out looking. It got a little bit more reddish. Okay, so this is the one we're going to work on. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And I'm going to, this is our original. So I've already got it saved. I'm going to go ahead and close it. I'm going to delete this dynamic background extraction right here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run our exterminator. And I'm just going to run automatic PSF, and I'm going to leave everything else just the way it is and pull it over and let it do its thing. Now, this will take a few minutes. Okay, that's done. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And now I'm going to run Noise Exterminator. And I don't know why, but since we've got AI version 3 available, I have to set this to 3 every time. I'm going to leave those the way they are. I'm going to drag that over and let it run. Okay, and it is done. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove all the stars. So I'm going to do generate star image, and I always do large overlap. And I'm just going to do it. Okay. This is the stars that we removed. I'm going to shade that, bring it right down here. And this is the nebula only. That one star, if you look at the stars here, that one star is just overpowering. I wish that there was a way to get rid of those halos. One of these days I'm going to figure that out. The L Extreme Optilong L Extreme filter is a great filter, but it causes bright stars to have halos, and that's the only drawback of it. I don't know, maybe a different dual band filter would not have the same problems. I don't know, but that's something I deal with. Um, it's not as bad on this telescope as my Newtonian because it gets the halos get real big on it, but it's something I deal with. Okay, so now we've got this all got the stars removed, and I'm going to make that black. Okay, I'm going to open the histogram transform, and I'm going to bring up a preview. I'm going to track it. You can see I got just a little bit of a. Oh, no, 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 no. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do something. All right, I'm gonna go back. Go back. Now, I forgot to do a color calibration. So I'm going to run PM photometric color calibration, and I'm just going to drag, leaving all the settings the same. I'm going to just drag that over. And even though this is a drizzled image, I drizzled it at one time. The astrometric solution is still there. WBPP still puts an astronomic solution in it. Okay, there it's done. And I got to re-stretch it. The temporary stretch. Okay. So now this really looks ugly. It really does. But it's going to look fine whenever I get done here. So now I have to remove those stars again. I'm not going to I'm not going to generate the star image. So we'll just run that and it'll take a few minutes. Okay, got all the stars out. And I was just thinking, I probably should have made a new star thing because these stars, of course, they're messed up because just the stars, it's not any background. But well, they got some color to them. We'll see. The color's not going to be right. I might run. I've never done that before. I might run PCMCC on the stars only. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna take this one off. I do that all the time. Forget whenever I shade that one. That one's still selected. So if I do anything with it, yeah, I'm doing it to that one, not this one. Okay, I'm going to bring up histogram. I'm going to bring up the preview, and I'm going to track it. I'm going to start bringing this up. And we should start seeing some. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. There we can start seeing some nebulosity there. I'm going to go ahead and apply that again. Now we really see some nebulosity now. I'm going to reset it and bring this up and bring the left one over so that my histogram is closer to the left side. I'm going to apply that. And I'm going to reset it. And I'm going to bring this midtones up. And bring the blacks down. Look at that. Man, that thing really looks cool. I'm going to apply that. Man. All right, I'm going to reset it. And I'm going to bring the midtones up a little bit more. About right there. Looks pretty good. I think maybe bring the darks down. Bring that a little bit closer to the left side. That looks pretty good. Think about just applying that again. I don't know. Should I or not? Yeah, I think I'll leave it the way it right there. That looks pretty good. I see a lot of good detail in it. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Close that. And then I'm going to run dark structure enhance. It's in the script, utilities, dark structure enhance. And I'm just going to try it with the default settings. We'll see how it goes. You'll see this stuff right here. It'll all pop out. This usually doesn't take too long. All the dark areas should pop out, give it a lot more contrast, a lot more detail. I need a drink. All right, it's done. Now I'm going to go back and forth. You can see how that brings out detail. All this dark stuff here, it just pops it out there. I could actually run it again. I think I'm going to try it. You never know. Maybe it'll bring out a little bit more. Dark structure enhance. Just going to click OK. And we'll see what happens. It may be too much. We'll see. That nebula is pretty cool. It's got a lot of HA, a lot of hydrogen alpha in it. Now that star up there, I could get clone stamp out and take that out. I might do that just to see what happens. Might do that whenever this is done. Okay. So you can see there's with nothing, no dark structure enhancement at all. There's with the first run, and there's with the second. I think I like the second. It brings out some detail. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do the clone stamp, and we'll see what it does. I think I want it quite that big. Maybe let's try 100. And got to hold the shift key down, click on it, and then we'll go right over here. It's gone. Okay, I don't want to forget to click the check mark, because if I just close that thing, what I just did is for nothing. All right, so I got rid of that. That was easy. There wasn't any nebulosity there, or else that wouldn't have worked. Okay, so now I think it's time to put the stars back. I'm going to have to stretch them. And I'm going to use histogram transformation right there. I'm going to bring up a preview and do the tracing, tracking, whatever you want to call it. Start bringing up. You start seeing stars pop out there. I'm going to apply that. There's stars popping out. One more time. You know what? That looks pretty good to me. I'm going to apply that because that's what I've got right now. This is what, if I apply it again, this is what it'll look like. This is what I'm gonna apply it again, and that's way too much. See, so I might try bringing it up a little bit more, about right there. Okay, and I'm gonna close that out. Close that out. Close it. All right. Now, there's different ways of getting the stars back in. One way that I learned from Adam Block that works really good is use the image blend. It's in utilities, image blend right here. You can. There's also to integrate stars back in. Hey, I picked up that. Pick that right up, and then I'm going to put the stars right there. I'm going to reset all this. I didn't like the way that looked. That's better. Okay, and then the stars. All right, and then we want to come down here, and we're going to select screen right here. Look at that. Look at that. And we can, I don't really need to play around with this at all. That looks pretty darn good to me. One thing I'm going to do whenever I get this together, that star right there looks kind of greenish to me. I think I'm going to go ahead and apply this. That will give me a new image. Looks just like that. And there I saw it pop up behind this. I'm going to close this. Now I'm going to do SCNR. And I'm going to leave everything the way it is. We'll see what happens. See if it messes things up. Or see, now that star's more white looking. It didn't seem to affect anything else. You just took that green out of that star. Everything else looks fine. So there it is. That's a quick and dirty. There's all kinds of things I could do to make this even better. I could make it sharper. Let's do the local histogram equalization. And let me reset this. That's ugly. But if I move this kernel radius up to around 200, that should be a lot better. I'm going to move this to 1.5. Like that. I'm going to bring the amount down a little bit. There we go. About half of it. That brings out some of the detail. I like that. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to apply that. And this usually goes fairly quick. Okay, there it is. It's done. Okay, now if you look, we could do that again. It's going to sharpen it up even more. That's with it applied, and that's not applied. I don't know. Some of it I kind of like, some of it I don't like. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. And close the real-time preview. Let's get her big. All right, there it is. I like it. It turned out pretty good. This is the California Nebula. I know, there's all kinds of things I could do. This yellow along these edges, I could mess around and bring that out a little bit more. I don't know if this might work. HDR multi-scale transformation. Let's try it. This usually doesn't take very long. We'll see what it does. I got the layers at 8. And that don't look too bad. Yeah, that brought down some of the brightness in the middle. That lets these come out, these yellow things. Let's try 6. We'll see what that does. That might be too much. That might be too much. Yeah. I don't like that as much as the 8. So, I'm going to step this back up to 8 and let her fly. Okay, there it is. I'm going to leave it there. That's the finished product right there. So, if you like this, let me know. If you if you have other processes that you think would work better, let me know. Like I said, I ran through. Let me show you the one that I ran through with. I ran through. I went through Adam Block's processing, and this is what I came up with. And this looks pretty good. I don't know which one I like better. Why? Oh, that's JPEG. Why? Let me open that in the Pixinsight. Make that big. Lay it over the top, and we'll just go back and forth and see which one looks better. I like both of them. This one has more nebulosity along the edges than that one, but that one kind of brings out the yellow more. So I don't know. They're different. They're just different. Okay, so now I'm going to save it, and I'm going to save it right here. Save as. I'm going to go up to where I'm at. California Nebula. I'm going to call this California Nebula. XISF. And I'm going to save it at 32-bit. Now, that image I can't use anywhere except for I can open it in Windows, or I can open it in Pixinsight. But if I want to use it on Facebook or anything else, it has to be a JPEG. I'm gonna save a JPEG image version of it. And yeah, okay. And I always turn this all the way up to 100. I want all the. I don't really care about saving space. I want the quality. Okay, so that is my simple down to the tax processing of California Nebula. Let me know what you think. See ya. Bye.